Hello students, today we are going to start our new topic, recursion. This is the recursion part 1. In the 2 PPT it will be completed because recursion is very important part of your class 11th. It is the very new for you all. In class 11th, mostly 70% of the syllabus is covered from the class 10, but 30% you study in class 11th. Okay, 70% is the just revision of your class 10th section B. Section A and C is for your is very new for you all. This recursion comes in the section C part. Mostly you get a question for this as a output in part 1. In part 1 you get as a theory part. In a theory part also just as a small definitions and for the output also. Okay. Now we will do it. It is a just a function which you have studied in class 10. See, first of all, we must know what is recursion and what is from recursion. Recursion is just a type of a function only. It is based on a function to perform similar operations at different instances. It may be returnable or non-returnable depending upon our requirements. As a function, we all know that is a program module which has been defined for the specific purpose for a specific program. Like that, recursion is also that. It is based on function only. Okay, we can say that recursion is a programming technique to call a function from its work. When we call function call itself only, when function takes the address of itself only to call a function, then it is known as recursion. Okay, it is essentially important to know the recursion because some program we can write only by the recursive technique only. There are some typical programs that we can use, that we can write with the help of recursion only. Recursion allows user to design the program logic by using minimum number of statements. Hence, program code becomes clear and easy to understand. In recursion, it is very much nice. We can say there is a facility that we can design a program in a short way. There's a long way, it is not needed. So it is very easy for a programmer to do the program and it is very clearly to easy to understand. Now here we will see what is recursion. The act of calling or invoking a same function with or without parameter within itself. When we call or invoke same function, the same function which we have made, whether it can be a parameter list it has got or not, then it is known as recursion. See here the example we have used, this is returnable print data function, and here print data control comes here, and here is a print data, means calling invoking within itself. A function is invoking within itself. Okay, this process is known as recursion. Okay, a recursion makes the code very small and clear. In it is very recursive function uses condition to terminate. First, when we write out the recursion, first we write out the function, the thing that is to terminate, and it is known as base case. We use it as a base case. As the condition for the base case is true, the control terminates the function, otherwise it keeps calling the function again and again. Okay, we will understand with this help of, this is your method header, what the function name has here. With the help of flow chart we are seeing that with the flow diagram, is condition true, if the condition, we will here give a base case. Okay, here we will give a base case. If condition is true, then the program will terminate, otherwise the function will goes the number of times you have given. Suppose here we will write if n is less than 5. If n is less than 5, the condition will, then it will come here, otherwise the function will goes. Okay, this is called, here it is a method function name, here your base case, here number of statements, then here will be your recursive case, then same name that the function name has got. Okay, the statement that calls the function repeatedly from its block is said to be a recursive case. The function which is called from its block is known as recursive case. Now, what is the syntax of recursive function? A recursive function is written by recursive technique is known as recursive function. See here we use access specifier, what access specifier, public, private, whatever. Return type, if we are using void, then it is non-returnable. If we are using here data, this all you have done in your class 10. If you are using your data, then it is your non-returnable function. Then whatever the function we are going to take, that the name and parameter if required. Okay. Now method block, what the method we are going to do. Now again we are calling that a recursive case. Okay. Method name and the parameter here. Okay, this is your syntax. How we are going to write example? See, public void sample, here is example. Here system or dot println, recursive technique and sample. See here function has been called within itself. Okay, now method call. See here it is. Now you have method header, method block and method call. See how the when method call, how it goes to the method header. The recursive function shown in the example call itself infinitely because no base case has been given here. Now first it is very important to know what is difference between recursion and iteration, because it also works like a iteration. It goes on working till the base case is true. Now see how we will say the recursion creates multiple repetition from beginning of the function. Iteration repeats a block, a part of a function. It repeats a block of a function. Recursion is always used in a function. Iteration is used in a function as well as in a main method also. We can only use recursion used in a function only, but it can be called in the main function also. It reduces the size of the code. It makes the code longer. Iteration makes our code longer. Recursive technique takes more time to execute. It is well known that recursion technique takes more time for the execution, but iterative techniques takes less time to execute. Here see what are the advantages of recursion. See there are four advantages due to the following reasons. First is minimum number of variables are used to develop the logic. We use minimum number of variables to develop a logic. A function calls is a various time. The application of iterative loop is ignored. Within a function, when we call a function, then we do not use iterative use because a function only itself helps as a iteration. The recursive algorithm is precise, readable, and efficient. It is very much clear how we are going to write, easier to debug and obtain error-free result. It is very easy for us to find out the error, and we can easily remove that error also in the recursion technique. What are the disadvantages? The disadvantages are also there for the if anything has a head, then it has also got a tail. It means if anything has advantages, then it must have a disadvantages also. See, the first disadvantage is that recursion takes more execution than iteration. It takes more time. It may result in stack overflow if recursion or call continues. It may result in stack overflow. Stack, this is a new word for you all. Okay, it means that it works on a stack. If we take out if we put a piles of book one by one, which book you will first take out? The book which you have put last. Okay, which, remember that you will take out the book which you have put last. So it works, stack works on LIFO technique, last in first out. Whatever the data you have put in last, it will firstly take out. So recursion may work on this technique. It occupies more space in stack. It occupies a lot of space in the stack memory when we do stack memory. Okay. Now, definitions of base case. What is the definition of base case? A predefined and pre-calculated condition given within the recursive function that helps in terminating the recursive process. The base case is very important because it helps. This is our base case. If z is greater than equal to 7, then it will terminate. Otherwise, the function will goes on. Okay. Then we can say the base case can be for the termination of the recursive functions. Okay. Finite recursion, when we get a definite we give a definite number of times that how much time the function can be calculated, then it is known as finite number of recursion. See, calling or invoking same function within itself in the presence of base case predefined or pre-calculated is known as finite recursive function. The following are the examples. See here, finite number of time has been given, n is greater than or less than 3. Okay, see here number of times have been given. See, all of you go with through with this. So it will work for a number of times, that is then it is finite recursion. Infinite recursions, it is obvious when there is no number of times have been given, it will work infinitely, calling or invoking same function within itself in the absence of base case. When no base case is there, then it is known as infinite recursive function technique or endless. See there, here no base case has been given, here just a function name, a printing statement, and again a function for invoking. Okay, so there is absence of base case, so it is known as it will just give a output and it will output goes on, so it is known as infinite recursion. I'll send PDF of this PPT. Each and every point should be noted down in your class registers. Okay, in the next PPT I'll explain you with recursion with the help of examples programs.